what's going on out there? I'm Kel.
And I'm Jake.
And you are kicking it with Kel and Jake. Bro, I see you with the buzz cut going on, man.
Got that buzz cut.
I got that buzz cut, man.
Yeah, I cut it for the wedding, decided to keep it, so I'm going to rock with this for a little bit. I had the hair, like, grown out for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's getting hot. It's about to be, like, we just had spring break and everything. It's about to be summer again, so I'm going to keep it a little bit shorter for a little bit.
Keep it a little bit shorter for a little bit, bro.
Yep.
Hey, man. So, I know you ain't got no girlfriend and stuff at this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't really tripping, though.
But if you had a girlfriend and y'all was like, not even saying a girlfriend, let's say if you get married.
Mm-hmm.
If you was to get married and your wife or spouse wanted to joint accounts, like put them together, like you guys are gonna be splitting all the bills, so you're gonna put your money together. What would you feel about something like that?
Well, hopefully, I decided to pick the correct woman. First off, because like I feel like a lot of your decision on that would be based on the person's character, but then again, there's a lot of very deceitful people that you feel like they have good character until push comes to shove, and then they take advantage of you.
So you'll be afraid to put your money together with your wife?
Yes, I would.
Why? Why would you even marry her if you felt like?
Well, I wouldn't marry her if I felt like that. But
that's what I'm saying.
I would be. Well, I guess I wouldn't be worried. I'd just be cautious. Like I would just be.
What
cautious.
Would you be cautious of?
I'd be cautious of putting like everything I have into somebody and then them running off with all of my shit.
That's a possibility. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
Cause, excuse me. Cause I've had my share, like, sharing like relationship. I mean, sharing money like that. I remember when my dad, when I was married, my dad, we had talked about it and things, and yeah, that putting your money in one account, man, it's kind of crazy. I don't know if I'll do that again because the person that I was with had control over that account majority of the time. Yeah. So if we got into it and they want to piss me off, they'll go and just clean it out.
Yeah. And then
it's my money.
Yeah, and then
that's my money.
And then people try to act like it's such a big deal whenever you get the joint account and then you have some money somewhere else in another account. Like people try to because people do that all the time.
But it's okay to do that.
It is okay.
It's okay to do that. Like basically, I do believe because I used to work with this guy named Ray.
Yeah.
And one of the things he used to tell me about, because he was married and I was young being married and stuff, trying to go through this whole, I'm in a marriage. I'm doing this marriage thing, which I wasn't really ready for. But this guy, he used to tell me how him and his wife used to do things. And what he would say to me, he was like, basically like, they would have these little jars around the house for like budgets of things that they were trying to do.
Yeah.
They didn't do it in accounts, but they did it with budget. And they did have a joint account that paid the bills. But anything else after that, they had their own account. They had a joint account. The joint account carried the most money. Yeah. That's the one that paid all the bills around the house, the light, the gas, the water from the house and stuff like that. That paid all the major bills.
Yeah.
But then they had their separate accounts, which they will pay themselves.
Yeah. And
so basically like how we read these books now, and they telling us to pay 10% to ourselves. Yeah. They was kind of keeping that type of, thing going with the 10% to themselves from each person's check or whatever they made. You get 10% of yours, I get 10% of mine, then we put the rest in a pile. Yeah. Then what we'll do, if we want to go out, we'll put money into this jar. That'll be our go out money. Yeah. So we'll put money into it periodically as we're trying to fill it up to when we want to go out. But when we want to go out, that's where we take money from. Mm-hmm. We take it from the party jar. I thought that was such a great idea. Yeah. I wish I had knew about that when I was still married at the time. I probably would have like incorporated that because my ex-wife is really kind of like, yeah, she like things.
Yeah.
She like things.
Yeah.
And most women like things.
Yeah.
But
so you think having the change jar, like the joint jars, would have helped out with a lot of that stuff that she.
I think that if we
she
had more of a budget
Mm-hmm.
about things, my uncle, I remember I was dating this one chick and we was really trying to keep up with a budget because she didn't make a lot of money. She really didn't make a lot of money. She stayed with me at the time, and I made most of the money. But at that time, I really wanted to budget to where we would be okay about everything. Because at that time I was working, making good money. I was taking care of my kids, and then I also was, not gonna say taking care of her, but
Yeah, you're pretty much supporting.
I was pretty much supportive of that whole situation.
Yeah.
And I was like really keeping a budget, and my uncle used to make jokes about me, like, "Oh, you can't go buy this because you got to keep a budget. You got this budget." He was like a dick about it. It was funny though, but he's never really been in those. He's been in a serious situation, but he's a little different than most men are.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was something that I had to learn how to budget.
Mm-hmm.
And make better decisions and know how to tell someone no.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you don't tell them no, you creating a monster.
Yeah. Yeah. They'll start thinking they can do anything.
Or they'll spend it on anything.
Yeah.
They'll go out and just spend money on anything and think that it's supposed to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they'll start thinking that you just can, like, whenever they need money, you can just provide it.
Well, yeah, and then what I do notice when paying bills, if you don't like separate things, somebody's gonna pay most of the bills because somebody's gonna make most of the money.
Yeah.
So, because it's very rare you'll see a relationship where a guy is with a woman who makes just as much as he does.
Yeah.
Because we don't think like that. We don't date in that realm like that. We don't choose partners based off of how much money a woman has. Women choose men that way, but men don't choose women that way. We choose women based off of what they look like.
Yeah.
And how they present themselves as far as like out in public, how they like represent themselves.
Yeah.
And so men will get with people who don't really have much, but they look good on their arm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
men will do that all the time, even when I think it's stupid. But
Yeah, they do. They do. And our values are different than their values. They are looking for somebody to have the, I guess, the qualities of a provider and somebody that can really provide for the family and somebody that can really I guess pull through for them. And we don't really look at it the same way. We look at it more as it's more, I'm not necessarily gonna say physical attraction. It kind of is, but it's more of, we're just looking for different, like, we're looking for different values.
Well, they're looking for physical attraction nowadays.
Yeah.
They used to didn't look as much as they do now.
Yeah.
Because they get a lot more privileges than they used to get. But and now you got a lot of women who make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So they may even be looking in a situation like, do I want to date this guy if he doesn't have anything? And a lot of them don't.
Yeah.
They don't want to date anyone that doesn't make what they make. And I mean, in a way you could say, okay, that's cool, whatever you feel like is necessary. But what you're going to find out, there's not a lot of men who really care about how much money you make.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not big to us.
That's not really a big deal. So what happens is those women are disappointed about the guys that they're dating, because most of the guys that they're dating don't make what they make.
Yeah.
And they want to make someone who makes the same amount, but those guys really want something that those women are not.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. And they want somebody that a lot of the time they don't want somebody that's necessarily, it's like the opposite. It's like they don't want somebody on the same level as them, and the women want somebody on the same level as them.
Yeah, I think it's nothing wrong with wanting somebody on the same level as you.
Yeah.
But you have to understand, like, we live in a society that, depending on whatever job you go after, like you go to school and you learn and you go to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
You know, just because this guy went to a trade school and learned how to be a plumber,
Yeah.
doesn't mean he can't make $150,000.
Oh, dude, I know plumbers that are easily
Like making that kind of money, right? But
Easy.
you have women who feel like they're better than them.
Yeah. Yeah,
So no matter how much money is they making,
yeah.
they feeling like they're better than them because of the job title.
Yeah.
And that's not really
and
the
plumbing
case.
in the Great Depression, like in the 30s, like that era, plumbing was a huge service. Like that was respectable work. It wasn't something that everybody could do. And still to this day, it's not something everybody could do. You have to get certified. You have to take tests. They even have like the master's plumbing license where you become I don't know exactly all the ins and outs of it, but you become like almost like on a higher tier to where you get paid more and you start running your own. You can run like your own business. You can run your own like sites and stuff like that. You can get hired as a supervisor, like somebody that looks at the blueprints of like where you're laying the pipe, and then you run your own crews and you're responsible for your own crews and everything. But dude, I know some plumbers that are cleaning up.
Yeah.
And my great grandpa, that shit got him through the Great Depression. He worked every day, like 7 days out of the week, every day on somebody's like sink or toilet or whatever, and that got them through.
Yeah, but I guess for me, I'm just asking, like, you know, so if that person make pretty good money,
yeah,
if they doing well, right?
Yeah.
Do you think they should share their finances? I mean, I don't know if you should, depending on what type of relationship you have.
I think you should have a choice. I don't think you should automatically share. I think that if that's what you want to do, if that's what you choose to do, like you want to share your finances, then that should be something that's left as an option or a choice. I feel like things work out better like that, but what do I know? I'm not married, so.
I think it could work if you share, but you got to be with the right person to share that.
Yeah, they have to be willing to share.
Well, even with that, they just got to, they got to be responsible.
Yeah.
Got to be responsible because that person can be in that account spending money that they're not supposed to spend.
Yeah, and you might be at work.
Yeah, and you can't control it. And you know, in any situation, somebody's going to make more money. So you'd rather put it together and so you don't really think about it as much.
Yeah.
It's all coming out of one account, so it doesn't look like one person is doing more than the other because that could be an issue. I don't know, man. Like, it just depends on the relationship.
Yeah, no, it's all about your partner. Like, you got to pick the right partner. It's based on your partner and their integrity and their character, like what they value.
Well, yeah, because I mean, I've had myself had a situation where I did share accounts, and it makes things a lot easier as far as to be paid. But when there's like an issue between each other, it could be a problem.
Yeah.
It could be a real problem, especially if you didn't put anything up to the side.
Yeah.
So I think if you are going to have shared account, I think you have to be distinct on what that account is for, what you're going to be using it for.
Yeah, and do you think if you have a joint account, you should still like do the pay yourself first principle?
Yeah, I think you should.
Give yourself that 10, 20,
Yeah,
20%.
because if it doesn't work, I mean, you don't want to put everything in.
Yeah.
You don't want to put everything in.
No, you don't.
You know, and you want to.
A lot of people do.
You gotta have something for yourself, man, because it's already like one of those things. Like when people start separating, because things happen. Like I was watching something about, you know, having prenups, you know, signing prenups and things like that. I don't know if you know about Steven Jackson. Mm-mm. He played basketball with the San Antonio Spurs. He used to play with the Indiana Pacers and stuff like that. But anyway, Steven Jackson played in the NBA. and he dated a woman, and he was about to marry her. He was in love with her and everything like that, but he left her ass at the altar because she didn't want to sign the papers for as far as like a prenup.
Yeah.
And she kept making all these damn excuses about why she didn't want to sign the prenup. Then she hired a pastor who, you know, didn't believe in prenups and stuff like that. Like, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, you're like basically, I think that prenups are very necessary if you got money anyway. So that can kind of control some of that, you know, fear that this person can just run off with your money. You know, so yeah, man.
Yeah.
I believe in prenups. If you
do,
got the money like
I
that.
do too, yeah.
Because, you know, things change. People fall out of love all the time.
Yeah, and if it really is like what you say it is, then the prenup shouldn't matter.
Well, it shouldn't matter because if it's a good relationship and I love this person and I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose to spend
I'm
money.
gonna choose to spend it with you.
I just don't feel like I should be obligated.
Yeah, I shouldn't be obligated to give you half of it when I came in with more than what you came in with.
Yeah.
You know, and now I have to take care of your lifestyle. I gotta, you know, pay for you.
Yep.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, that's bullshit. So, yeah. As far as like shared finances and stuff like that, I feel like that's something that you got to discuss with your partner. And if it works for you guys, do it by all means. Go through with it. But it's something that you got to really discuss and understand where each other, you know, are with finances and how they handle finances. Because that can be something that can really break up the marriage.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't even look at that whenever they're picking their partner. They don't look at their
a
spending
lot
habits,
of times,
saving habits, none of that.
A lot of times, because you just met someone, you jumped into bed with them.
Yeah, and you don't really know.
Yeah, you just have a good time, and this person is fun. I love them. And they want to get married 6 months later. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna be quiet about that.
You're stupid. Oh man, you should be a comedian.
I should.
Yo.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
That's some good drink right there, man.
It is.
That's some good drink.
It's very tangy.
Very tangy.
Very
tangy, man. But yeah, man. And like I say, that's the only advice I can give. Yeah. Just be careful.
Yeah, I know it's a complicated subject because it's different for everybody based on the situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, like I say, it could work, but it got to be something that you both agree on.
Yeah. And it has to be one of those things where, like, both of y'all are straight either way. Like, one person's not more dependent on the other.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's hard to find.
And then you got to make sure the person who's controlling the money are really good financially.
Yeah.
Because you don't want someone controlling the money that is terrible financially.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah.
And if you need help, like if you need to go to a broker or a lender, like somebody, like you need to seek professional help, it might be worth looking into.
They're not going to get no professional help. There you go with that bullshit.
That bullshit.
That was
professional
bullshit.
help. Hey, man.
He threw the professional help out there like I was going to let that make it too.
Yeah, man. JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley, they'll help you out, man.
Look at this dude. This dude is tripping.
Yeah, man. Morgan Stanley will hook you up. But they will take a hell of a percentage. So.
They're going to touch them pockets, I can tell you that.
They're going to at least try to take 16-17%.
Yeah, they ain't just letting you have it.
No.
I can promise you that.
But they will grow your money a little bit. Like if you're not doing anything at all to grow your money, they will give you something. You will grow it a little bit.
A little bit.
And then if you can manage it yourself, then you don't need them.
Okay.
But if you don't know nothing about money, then they're worth looking into.
Okay. Well, hey, that's all I got to say. Invest. Find the best bank to take care of your money.
Yo.
Yeah, man. But yeah, if you like this show, please leave in the comments. And if you want us to do an episode that is something that you have that you had in mind that you want us to do, please leave it in the comment section. And please like and subscribe and hit that bell button whenever you know, so you can know about the next episode. And also share it to everyone that you know. And I'm Kel.
And I'm Jake.
And you have been kicking it with Kel and Jake. Peace.